Across the African savanna, a family of southern ground hornbills begins another day. Bound by cooperation, unlike many hornbills, these birds spend most of their lives on foot, scanning the ground for even the slightest sign of prey. Success here depends on patience. Every movement, every pause, may reveal an opportunity hidden beneath the savanna. Small prey provides a steady source of energy, and experienced adults rarely waste an easy meal. The family's movements are not random. Their lives revolve around a familiar landscape and a nesting site that may serve them for years. As the breeding season approaches, attention turns once again to a towering acacia and the hollow hidden within it. Choosing the right nest can determine the fate of the next generation. Security and stability matter more than size alone. Each detail is assessed with care. A suitable cavity must protect eggs and chicks through months of growth. The decision appears to be made. For this family, the ancient tree will once again become the center of their world. As the day fades, the hornbills remain close to the site that may soon shelter a new generation. The breeding season is about to begin. With the nest selected, the pair begins the most important phase of the season. Soon, nearly all of their energy will be devoted to reproduction. For ground hornbills, successful breeding depends not only on the parents, but often on the support of the entire family group. Deep within the hollow, the next generation begins as a clutch of fragile eggs, protected from the harsh conditions outside. While the female remains close to the eggs, the responsibility for gathering food increasingly falls upon her mate. Each day requires long hours of searching. Food must be found consistently if the breeding effort is to succeed. The family group provides a valuable advantage. Additional adults help secure resources across a vast territory. Incubation demands patience. Even small adjustments help maintain the conditions required for healthy development. Weather, predators, and food shortages all threaten the breeding cycle. Vigilance is a constant necessity. Every successful hunt supports the future hidden within the hollow tree. Day after day, the cycle continues. The eggs remain unseen, but inside them, life is steadily taking shape. After weeks of incubation, the first signs of life finally appear. Hidden within the shell, a chick begins the difficult process of hatching. Breaking free demands extraordinary effort. For a hatchling, this is the first great challenge of survival.
Chirp, little one. Keep close to Mommy.
Sleep now.
We will protect you.
The news of the hatchling spreads quickly through the family. The demands of feeding have now begun. In these early days, every meal matters. Growth will depend on a constant supply of food. Beyond the nest, the search for food intensifies. The chick's survival now depends on successful hunting. Experience gives these birds an advantage. Even the slightest movement can reveal hidden prey. Every successful hunt is carried back to the nest, where a rapidly growing chick waits unseen. Growth comes quickly. Within days, the hatchling becomes stronger, responding eagerly whenever food arrives. The rhythm of family life is now firmly established. Hunting, feeding, guarding, and growing. Weeks pass, and the young hornbill changes rapidly. Its world is still confined to the hollow tree, but its curiosity is growing. Outside, the adults continue their relentless search for food. A growing chick requires more energy with every passing day. Not every hunt produces a large reward. Often, survival depends on countless small meals gathered throughout the day. With regular nourishment, strength begins to replace vulnerability. The chick can now compete more effectively for every mouthful.
But among the grasses of the savanna lies prey far more challenging than insects or lizards.
Years of experience allow these birds to detect danger and opportunity where others see only vegetation. The movement is subtle, yet to a skilled hunter, it is impossible to miss. Unlike raptors that strike from above,
Ground hornbills hunt with patience, caution, and remarkable precision.
A mistake here could be costly. Even a relatively small snake can inflict serious injury.
Rather than rushing forward, the bird tests its opponent, searching for weakness while avoiding unnecessary risk. The contest becomes a battle of timing. Every step is calculated, every reaction measured against the movements of the snake.
Patience is often more effective than force. The hornbill waits for the briefest moment of vulnerability.
Experience guides every movement. Rather than targeting the most dangerous end, the bird attacks where risk is lowest.
Now the advantage begins to shift. Fatigue and repeated interruptions reduce the snake's ability to defend itself. After a prolonged struggle, the balance tips decisively in favor of the hunter. The reward is substantial. A single successful hunt can provide valuable nourishment for a rapidly growing chick. The journey ends where every effort ultimately leads back to the nest. What begins as a dangerous hunt becomes fuel for growth.
Every meal brings the young bird closer to independence.
For weeks, the hollow tree has been the chick's entire world. Now, a much larger landscape begins to reveal itself.
Instinct drives the next stage of development. Muscles strengthen, coordination improves, and the first lessons of flight draw nearer.
The young hornbill has reached a turning point. Soon, it must leave the safety of the nest and enter a world filled with both opportunity and danger. Every movement is tentative. Outside the hollow, even standing securely requires practice and confidence. The adults remain close. Their role is no longer simply to feed, but to guide the next generation through its earliest lessons. Strength comes through repetition. Long before true independence, the wings must be conditioned for the demands ahead. The first flights are modest. Precision matters far more than distance. At last, the young hornbill joins the family on the ground, where most of its life will be spent. Now begins a lengthy apprenticeship. Survival depends on learning how experienced adults read the landscape. Lessons are rarely taught directly. Instead, the young bird learns through observation and imitation. Like every young hunter, the juvenile begins with mistakes. Failure is an essential part of learning. Persistence brings results. Though small, this success marks the beginning of a lifelong mastery of the savanna. Months of observation are beginning to pay off. The young bird no longer follows every step of the adults. Experience is passed not through instruction, but through example. The juvenile is learning how to read the hidden signals of the savanna.
Some lessons demand action. Speed, judgment, and timing can only be learned through practice.
This time, persistence is rewarded. The young hunter secures one of its most challenging meals yet.
The juvenile has become an active member of the group, contributing to its own survival while remaining under the protection of the family. Confidence grows gradually. Independence is not a single moment, but a process measured over many months.
The nesting season is ending, but its legacy continues. One more young hornbill has successfully entered the demanding world of the African grasslands. For Southern Ground Hornbills, survival depends on patience, cooperation, and knowledge passed from one generation to the next.